What's up, everyone? My name's AJ Writes Crypto. I am the guy that forgot to press the damn button. What? Okay. The button's been pressed. I feel better. I hope you feel better. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you. It is Wednesday, May 15th. Dude, this is crazy. This is a little bit crazy right now. I thought it, I saw it, and I said, oh, that's not going to happen. It's just too bullish. It would be too good to be true if it happens. It has started to happen. It is happening. It is in the process of happen. All right. And we've been talking about this on the show for a little while, and it is going to come in. I will show you today. I have one story to show you. I have one single story to show you. There's no interviews. There's no extra stuff. I'm showing you this one story, and we are going to hit the charts like we've never hit them before. We are going to find trades. We are going to find positions. We are going to make money. Now is the time to make money. It's that simple. All right. When Bitcoin stuck in a 2 to 3% range for 60, 55, almost 60 hours, I knew, all right, the Bollinger Bands are squeezing. This is taking forever. Excuse me. It happened. It happened. So I'm super excited about it happening. If you don't know what it is yet, stick around for 5 minutes. You'll find out. All right. Shout out to everybody in chat. We got Brian Bootyhead in the YouTube chat. Shout out to everybody on Twitter as well. If you're watching this on Twitter, please smash the like button, retweet it, get it going. You know, I have decided to start dual streaming these. There's nothing too crazy on Twitter, but why not? Right? Why not? I do appreciate it. We got Sean Cross, Mr. Mojo Risen, Chauncey Peppertooth, Jason Owen, Karen Harris, Hawkeye Procurement, Maurice Guy says hi from Ireland. My guy is in Ireland watching the show right now. That is absolutely insane. I do appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you being here. All right. Shout out to Gregory Ward, Kimi Muku. All right, let's do this. We're going to be moving quick here today. We're going to be moving quick. First, we need to take a little brief overview of the crypto markets. As you can see, Bitcoin at 64.2. Is that real? I'm going to click refresh. Is that real? Oh, it's real. 62.3. Ethereum still lagging behind, so Bitcoin dominance is probably ripping. Still below 3,000. BNB below 600. Solana back above 150. XRP boring as ever. Toncoin at $7, up 20% just about on the week. Dogecoin at 15 cents. I'm telling you guys, I don't hate the idea of accumulating and holding some meme coins right now. I mean, we saw with the GME, with the stock, Wall Street, that pumped meme coins. I feel like meme coins are breaking out of conditional ranges, approaching the top of conditional ranges. We're going to see some movement in the meme sector. We're going to continue to see movement in the meme sector. We got near 771. Bought a bunch of that around $6. Glad I did. I hope you did too. Got FET AI. I think that one's going to be one we're going to target today. Not totally sure yet. But that's a chart I've always been keeping my eye on. Pepe up 36% on the week. You see my point. The render short that I waited on. It finally happened. I called it in the Telegram group. I've been looking at it, telling the Telegram group, hey guys, this render short is going to happen. It's only a matter of when. It was worth about 8-9%. Once it finally broke that 1070 line. I think it's back above it already. Talked about that, because once these things fall, a new range begins, and I believe it already has broke up out of the new range. Okay, going to Arweave is at 43.7. Did I skip Hedera? There's Hedera. 29 in the top 30, well in the top 30, just under 11 cents, guys. This Hedera price prediction video gave me hell. It gave me hell. I did the first rendition of it, filmed it, wasn't good enough, circled back, revamped the script. It's a long one, but it's probably, the highest effort video I've done on this channel since we've started in 6 months. 6 or I think almost 7 months now. This channel's been here. This is the highest effort video I've put into a single video. This Hedera H-bar price prediction video. I go through it all. I consider everything. Y'all are really going to like this video. Who the hell is that? Someone pulling a driver. I have no idea who it is. I got to get this curtain here so I don't get distracted. I'm very distractible. But yeah, definitely keep a lookout for that video. I think I could put it out Thursday. If it doesn't go out tomorrow, I'm going to hold off for Saturday because Friday is not a good day to put out videos, especially for a smaller channel like mine. Friday isn't the day because everyone's out and about. So it's either going to be tomorrow or it's going to be Saturday. Final offer. I know it has taken a while. I know I've been kind of teasing it along, but you know it has come to the point where I put a lot of effort into this video. I'm very proud of that. So definitely keep an eye out for the Hedera video. I was in this office last night. I didn't get home till 9:30 at night. I didn't get home at 9 to 9:30 at night. And hey, it's that time to put in that kind of work. It's the time to put in that kind of effort. And hey, why not? Why not? All right. So shout out to the Glitter Queen in the chat holding it down. I do appreciate you. All right. So I want to show you this one singular story. We have one singular story, and then we're going to hit the charts like we've never hit them before. And I'm going to show you all the things I'm looking at. And let's try to find some more trades as well. Let's try to make as much money as we can. All right. So here it is. Bitcoin taps 64.7 as US CPI shows core inflation at a 3-year low. Slow clap for our boy Jerome. Slow clap for our boy Jerome. Bitcoin gets a much needed boost from increasing optimism about the Federal Reserve's course to cutting interest rates. And remember when I say, you know, looking at the stock market, I really like looking at the stock market. And that's because, you know, it's not completely correlated. Correlation is not causation, but I always look at the stock market to help me with my direction with crypto. And the stock market, I noticed, was starting to push up. It broke support resistance yesterday, pushing up towards new all-time high, to retest the all-time high. And I was like, okay, I think this might be our signal. And sure enough, it did pop off. I did put that in the Telegram group yesterday. You know, so core inflation hitting 3-year lows, maybe, you know, kind of soon here. We can begin to have that conversation if the interest slashes that were supposed to come earlier in the year could come down. That would be really, really good to see. Right, but both the S&P and the NASDAQ index are all-time highs. Amazing. Month-on-month CPI came at 0.3% for April, 0.1% below expectations, with other figures conforming to predictions. Okay, so that is good that the CPI is doing us a big favor. To see core inflation hit a 3-year low, this is what we want to see. When they look at this chart right here, look at this chart. You see how a 2022, 23, 23 inflation is coming down, 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 down. That is because, you know, what all the effort they've been putting in to curve this, you know, hiking the interest rates. You know, when you look at the bear market in 2022, there's a direct connection between the dollar getting more powerful and the markets getting weaker. A strong dollar is a weak market and vice versa. It's a two-way street. All right. And this, you know, I feel like the storm is brewing here. The storm is brewing here. This is what we want to see. All right. So let's kind of talk about the storm. Let's talk about the storm. Okay. First of all, Bitcoin needs to hold that 60,000 support resistance. We talked about Bitcoin, you know, at its local low in being in this bearish down channel. That's been the case for a while. All right. We have to get out of that channel and to even talk bullish. All right. We had to hold that 60,000 because it's very likely with the gap in the volume profile with a low volume node that Bitcoin could have ended up back down at 52,000 was my bearish target in the event it lost support resistance. It held support resistance. All right. We're talking about the storm brewing here. So you got Bitcoin holding. We got core inflation at 3-year lows. All right. So like I said, we can finally have that interest conversation again. If it's not the next FOMC meeting, maybe the next FOMC meeting, they will begin to slash interest. Okay. That would be really good for all the markets. We got the stock markets pushing to all-time highs. And guys, before you know it, let's do the math. All right. So June, July, August, September, October, November, 6 months away from the election. All right. So Biden is going to bolster the numbers. He's going to make it look like, look at all this progress we made. Aren't we doing so good? That's what Biden's going to be doing. He's going to be making the numbers and everything, all the metrics look better than they actually are. All right. He wants to prove to everyone, look at the progress we made. That's what he's going to try to do. All right. And that's going to help the economy in the short term. But for crypto, for the perfect storm to brew, for us to get in the rocket ship with my astronaut Grogger shirt and shoot past the moon and go to Jupiter, we need an administration change. I'm not going to go too far down the rabbit hole about this, but in the event where we slash interest, we get an administration change. Sentiment will immediately change about crypto regulation. This whole Operation Chokehold 2.0 will be over. It will be over. And crypto will be viewed differently. It will be regulated differently. And that will contribute, obviously, to the perfect storm. I am still sticking to the timeline of the Bitcoin halving. I think, around summer next year. I feel like this year could still be bullish. Like, 2020 was still pretty damn bullish before 2021. If you look at just where we were and where we got to in 2020 as a whole. So don't count out this year. And us pumping this year doesn't mean it's over in 25. That's not what it means. The top of every cycle has been a year and a half after the halving. That is not broken pattern yet. That pattern has not been broken. And until that pattern breaks, I'm sticking to the playbook. All right. So I feel like the perfect storm is brewing. With that said, the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at the stock market. I want to look at the stock market. And here we are. Okay. See this little circle? This is, wow. Since I looked at this chart last night, the stock market has broke all-time highs. Wait, where's the little thing for me to delete? Where did it go? Oh, okay. I guess I can't delete these anymore. I think I drug the thing away. That's very strange. Very strange. Okay, I can go like that. Okay, perfect. But yeah, so here we are. Stock S&P did break all-time high. Last night when I looked at this, it was just breaking this yellow line. I was like, hey, that's a bullish sign. That's a bullish sign. And I think that obviously if you go back and look at 2021 when the tops for the S&P and the tops for Bitcoin were very close. Okay. And, to see this, breaking all-time highs, this is what we want to see. I feel like the S&P is going to continue and go on an elongated run. I feel like this thing is going to continue further. Justin Kerwood, AJ, you keep saying the pattern hasn't broken yet, but it has. We have had a new all-time high before the halving broke this cycle. Am I wrong? Okay. So is that different from the normal equation? Yes. Yes, it is. But until we get to a year and a half after the halving, we won't know until that's the top of the market, when that has been the case before. So is that an extra thing? Yes. But does that mean that breaks the timeline? In my opinion, absolutely not. That was the ETF. All right. Because what happens is when the halving happens, Bitcoin's programmed to pump because, the miners, for them to remain making the same profits that they were, well, if the amount of Bitcoin they're making gets cut in half, the price of Bitcoin has to double for them to be at the same level. All right. And, and every time that has happened within 4 to 8 months after the halving, the big price of Bitcoin has doubled and the miners have, kind of maintained homeostasis, so to speak, maintain equilibrium. All right. And so I think that I really attribute the ETF to the pre-halving all-time high, but I don't think that breaks the cycle. It remains to be seen. And until it breaks, we can't say, we have a strong pattern. We have a strong pattern and it's literally based off, it's programmed to happen. Okay. So I'm going to have to push back there until it breaks. I would say that it's not broken. Would love TA on Corna Copi as $2 super chat. I will look at where that chart is. If it's outside of the top, 300 or 400, I'm not going to look at it. Okay. So let me get back to where I was here. So simple as that. S&P all-time high. Amazing. I do want to take a quick look at the dollar. DXY. Here to all US dollar index. Okay. Now this is what the scenario. See this little chart, classic AJ chart graffiti. This is what we talked about, and this is what has begun to happen. This is great. Okay, there it is. Okay, so it was this thing put up a big fight this year, guys. This thing was in, an ascending, broadening channel. Ascending, broadening channel. This is the dollar. All right, ascending, broadening. Really, when it started to break, that was kind of the signal for the stock market. And certainly that has played out. And now, you know, it is kind of in more of a classic downtrend from here where it was unable to break over the top band and is now, I mean, let's see if it respects the, you know, the boundaries of this. But to see the dollar leave this ascending broadening and enter its own down channel, this is what we want to see for risk assets. All right. It is that simple. It's time to look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin. All right. So it is getting very, very close. Very close. And what is, and that's the title of this video is Bullish Pattern Triggered. What is this bullish pattern? An inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders. All right. Oops, did not mean to do that. All right. So where would this take us? All right. Where would this take us? First of all, we have to define exactly where the neckline is. All right. And I would say the neckline is, you know, right around here. You know, some people would even draw it there actually, because it does have some touches there, but it goes above here, and it also goes above. We also have this touch and this touch that line up. So I could see some TA people drawing it at 64.4, and I could also see some other people drawing it at 65.6. I think there's a case to be made for both of those. All right. But assuming we're going to go from here, we're going to go from the bottom. We're going to draw this to the neckline. Oh, why did that not draw? Okay. Boom. To the neckline. Bam. All right. Squeeze this up. Measured move. Touch that to that. All right. And this takes us right here, right below this support resistance, right below it. All right. And this is, you know, around 72.1 from current price. We're looking at about a 12.3% move to 72.3, 72.2. All right, right around there, somewhere, right above 72. This is very close to happening, everyone. This is, you know, on the border of happening. I would really like to see, regardless of if we want to draw the measured move, the neckline here or here. I technically think 64.3 is the correct place to draw it, right here. I think that is the correct place to draw it. But this support resistance line here, all right, from there, and also from the bottom of this, these levels are all very important. All right. And you know, 65.5 needs to be broken because that was the previous high. If we just end up putting in a lower low at this point, I'm not going to say it's for nothing because, you know, the macro, this looks really good. But this level does need to be broken. Bitcoin does need to keep moving. And it needs to keep moving fast. Let me kind of get rid of some of this extra stuff here and let me zoom out. I mean to draw that line. Zoom out here. Look at the daily. Let me get rid of the head and shoulders. Okay. All right. So the daily chart looking pretty strong. You know, we kind of got this, you know, bullish momentum. We get the anchor wave, trigger wave. Why is my volume on the second pane there? One sec. Okay, well, this thing's in the way. There we go. Volume, visual order, existing pane above. Boom. Okay, got my volume situated. That was driving me a little bit crazy. But yeah, so Bitcoin looks pretty good on the daily. Let me pull up my volume profile here. All right, kind of get a look at the volume. All right, so the first thing that kind of yells at me with the volume profile is that, you know, there is where we are now, okay, where a lot of the volume is. It does kind of dip down and it kind of pops back out around 67.5. That would be great. That would be a great place for us to be because that would put us above and start us with a bullish structure, putting in a higher high. You know, structurally speaking, I have so many Bitcoin charts drawn. I do have the, you know, the kind of bearish structure drawn out on here. Let me pull a different Bitcoin chart to kind of talk about, you know, the structure that we were dealing with. It was kind of like a curved downtrend, but, you know, there also is a point where you could just draw a kind of a straight up downtrend from here. All right, kind of actually you could even go from right there. Okay, and then, you know, we kind of have the down of it like right here. All right, it's not a perfect draw, but you get my point. All right, so that was the downtrend Bitcoin's in, and, you know, Bitcoin had obviously support resistance right around here. And for Bitcoin, like I said yesterday, for Bitcoin for this head and shoulders idea to play out, Bitcoin does have to break out of this down channel. It has done that. It has done that. 2-hour chart looks pretty strong. It is, it did move a lot at once. It could kind of like wiggle on us. All right. But what I'm saying here is that Bitcoin has to, now that we can start having this conversation, all right, starting its own uptrend, where this would be, the first touch. If we had like a straight up channel like that, I mean, we're talking, $69,000 Bitcoin in the event we get to draw it like this. Hopefully we don't have to draw like kind of like a weird little triangle like that. So, let's hope that Bitcoin puts in a higher high and gives us that structure that we're looking for. That's, that's really, really what happened, what we need. Someone says, if today's high ends up being a wick, will it count? Well, what do it count for? What? Like, are you for validation of Head and Shoulders? I mean, so basically, if we get rejected below the neckline, that would, invalidate it unless it turns back around and comes right back up. But as of now, this is a higher high from this last high here. So I feel that we're making progress. I don't think that it's going to be. How about a Gann fan off the local low? We can make that happen. We can make that happen. What a jerk. All right, Giovanni Kurtzel. Way to totally misinterpret what I said. All right, let me make this straight. Let me get this right, bro. So I am going to have. I'm going to start doing memberships. YouTube is incentivizing all creators to do a membership platform on YouTube, which is totally fine. And for my Telegram group, I did want to do like a weekly stream to, kind of give a little bit more lessons, them have access to the chat so we could kind of have a more intimate setting, so I could talk about the positions I'm putting on the group, give more positions, kind of go further down the surface in terms of like a lesson where, the live stream isn't like a lesson. This is different. So I wanted to do videos to kind of create that setting. All right. And I realized that it doesn't make sense for me to put an effort in once a week, every week, and not put that video on YouTube. Like I need to be building my YouTube channel. This is a priority for me. So I'm going to remedy that. I'm going to do have the members, kind of structure there where the lowest member gets access to members only live streams. So, and I think it's gonna be like $5 a month, $5 a month. Wow. And that will give them access to one additional live stream, probably on Saturday, maybe Sunday morning. And that is kind of for the extra lessons, the extra positions, what I'm talking about in Telegram and stuff like that. So that is, really important for people in the group. My Telegram group has over 120, I think about 125 people now, and they do want more attention, and I'm going to give it to them, and I'm going to do that in the form of a members only live stream once a week on YouTube. And, it's $5 a month. It's not like every video I put out is going to be behind the paywall. It's one extra TA, more educational focused video every week. So I hope Giovanni, Giovanni, why don't you go battle Ash Ketchum or something like that, bro? God, Giovanni is the final boss in Pokemon and YouTube. All right, so taking the chat. Oh man, you cannot win. You cannot win. All right, not winning. Here I am, not winning. Going to boom. All right, so what does this look like for everything else? What does this look like for everything else? Let's talk Ethereum. Let's talk. Oh yeah, I wanted to pull the Gann fan from the cycle low really fast. Let's see what that looks like. I did that before. Actually, let me get a clean Bitcoin chart so there's not everything else, all the extras on it here. So bop. So Gann fan, everybody, Gann theory, very important stuff to learn here. It's just a theory. It's not the law, as I say in the H-bar price prediction video. But Gann theory essentially is the relationship between time, price, and angles. All right. I think William Gann was his name, stock market, guru, in I think the 20s, 30s, maybe the 40s. I forget his exact timeline. But basically, so this is a Gann fan. So what you got to do is you got to find like the low. Okay. So the low would be probably this point right there, that second little blip right there. Okay. So then you get an angle, you click it directly on that. You draw a 45-degree angle. Okay. And this does not work on every single chart. Some of the charts where it works, it aligns perfectly. The charts it doesn't work, it doesn't work on everything. All right. And you draw this and you line up the 1-1, that middle blue line, with the 45-degree angle. Once you do that, you're locked in. Once you move the chart around, if you kind of notice like how this is locked to that price action right there. Let me pull this down. Oh no, I have my dictionary popping up that you guys can't see. Get out of the way. This is when I hate not having a mouse, because it's not letting me slide that thing over. 1 second. There's the hand. Oh, 1 minute. Okay, I got it out of the way. So you see, because if you notice that once you scroll the chart, see that angle that I drew, that white line, that does move, but the Gann fan stays, locked on to the price action, and that's what matters. So don't feel that you have to realign the Gann fan. Once you draw it and pitch it out, it's there. It's there, and it's there forever. So let me, all right. So there is the Gann fan on the daily from the low of the cycle. And this is actually really, really bullish, everyone. And this Gann fan does make sense, in my opinion. This makes complete sense, especially in the beginning. See how so this 1-1 level, this level right here, that's the most important level in Gann theory, as it represents a 45-degree angle. And you can see how with Bitcoin, how it kind of bloom, 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 bloom. You see how it perfectly kind of dances between the 2-1 and the 1-1. So that kind of tells me that, this is accurate. This is on the money. And then here we actually broke out into the 2-1. We're rejected below, and we lost the 1-1 and are fighting to get back above it. This is really, really bullish. If Bitcoin can get back above, this kind of level, so ranging from 65.5 to, 67.1, like in this range here, and get back into this area, now we are talking, because, it's very common for a chart to stay inside the boundary between the 2-1 and the 1-1. That is very common for a chart to see. And we've kind of talked about that before in some of my price prediction videos. I do use Gann theory to kind of, I would say that I would do something like this, where if we're calling Q4, so this would be September 25. Let me squeeze this down a little bit. It'd be September 25. This would be September, the top band. And then we go to the end of the year, January, the beginning of January 26. So I would say this would be like the range that, according to Gann theory, if Bitcoin stayed between the 1-1 and the 2-1, where Bitcoin could land in that time period between 63.1 and 120, so almost 121,000. So that is kind of what you're looking at. But actually, if you notice that if the 2-1 range is in the ballpark, if this range is in the ballpark, all right, so now we're actually talking from 109 to 111 to 154 to this button keeps pressing that to man, that's higher than my chart even goes right now. Let me squeeze this down to, what is that number? 168. So about 170,000. So let's definitely, according to Gann theory, let's hope Bitcoin can stay in this and not fall back down into this, because long term in the projection, that does matter. And guys, listen, Gann theory, like I said, is just a theory. It is not Gann law. It does not mean that this is the only realm Bitcoin can stay in. I've drawn Gann fans on charts before, and you know what they've done? They would kind of respect it, and then they go, "Pep." I've seen it happen. So, just because there's a Gann fan on something, and just because it makes sense for a little while, it's kind of like a guideline. It's not like the law. It's not the Bible. It's a guideline projection. I do like using them as a tool. They do end up being very relevant, I'd say about 80% of the time, which is why I use them a lot. But, it doesn't mean that is the bounds a chart can respect. A chart can completely disrespect a Gann fan. All right. So, let's jump over to Ethereum. So, all right. So actually, before Ethereum, I want to look at Bitcoin dominance. All right. As expected, Bitcoin dominance is moving. We're at 55.7 right now. That is actually absolutely ridiculous. I don't hate it because, you know, what's going to happen eventually is that this chart is likely to run out of steam eventually. If you were trading this chart like a normal crypto chart, it would be amazing because you see how the price is staying above the 50 EMA, and every time it loses the 50 EMA, it bullishly bounces off the 200. That is a cut and dry case of, you know, bullish continuation. But now it's in, you know, a place where it has this local high here at 57. And we do eventually, for the alts, we want to kind of see this thing slump over and go the other way, even if it only goes to 48, 50%. Right now, 55 is super high, and that is going to hold back what the alts can do. All right. So if you were to look at, say, the total chart, the total crypto market cap chart right now, you know, 55% of this entire chart is Bitcoin. And I did want to look at the total chart for a couple of reasons, because why is there's a big yellow blob just in it? God knows what AJ drew that day. All right. So what I would like to say about the total chart is that Bitcoin, you know, this 2.17 trillion level, we kind of came down and we kind of tested it perfectly. So now Bitcoin has to fight to get the total chart needs to fight to get back above the 50 EMA, and then we can kind of continue the narrative of staying above bullish continuation. I think that is very likely, very bullish that it held support resistance and bounce off support resistance. But remember, that's the total chart. The total 2 chart is all crypto added together, including stable coins, without Bitcoin. And the total 3 chart is all of crypto added together plus stable coins without Bitcoin and without Ethereum. So if you want to just focus on altcoins, the total 3 is your homie. All right. I look at total 3 a lot. This chart is a very important tool for alt traders. Okay. Especially if you target, you know, top 50 alts as well. All right. So kind of elongate some of these support resistance levels here. All right. Kind of make it a little bit more relevant. All right. Oh, why does that? I think there's probably an alarm on that, which is why it doesn't want to trash that alarm. Yes. Okay. So now I can draw it over. Boom. All right. So it is really good to see this bounce again. And why is this level there? Because this was a level from back here. Okay. The 5-day chart still does not look the absolute best, but, you know, these things happen one day at a time. And off the daily chart, we are kind of in a range between 230 billion to 289 billion. So, you know, it has kind of ranged in here a little bit. It would certainly, to get above, you know, 690 billion, that would represent, you know, a lot of really important levels for all of altcoins. So if I was trading altcoins, which I am, I'm going to set an alarm right here, right now on this level at 288.4 billion. Add alert on trend line only once for that one. And there we go. So we're set up. Sorry. So now it is time to look at the rest of the altcoins. Let me know in the chat what altcoins you guys want to see me to cover. Let me get a couple quick refreshes here on some other screens I have. I do want to take a quick second to say shout out to everybody watching this show. A couple hundred of you here. You guys rock. Make sure you smash the like button. I want to know down below, hey, which charts do you want to see? Algorand by Ivan. Aero. Is Ben going live today? I'm actually not sure, to be honest with you. I am not sure. So let me get my list here. Algo, Aero, PNG, Cardano. So Ada gang in the house. Ada, oh, I mean the Cardano community. Ondo Render. One more. We already got 6. With Lucky 7. Sui, SUI, and maybe Cornucopias. What's the ticker for Cornucopias? The H bar chart. I'm going to save the H bar chart for the price prediction video. Gonna save it for the price prediction video. All right. Oh, yeah, COPI. That's right. All right. All right. And also it does in the title of this YouTube video, it does say, you know, the 5 altcoins that I'm watching right now. They are different than the altcoins that I target all the time. Okay, there's one or two of them that are in there that are all the time. So I'm gonna run through these. All right, I'm gonna run through these quick. First things first. the graph. The graph is an altcoin that I will forever target. This might look like a bunch of chart graffiti, which it is, but when you kind of zoom in, it begins to make sense. What I like about the graph, and actually, if you kind of elongate this line that I drew at 26.666, okay, you look at that, you pull this over, you will realize that the graph did a very good job of having a very strong floor at this 26.66 level. All right, that is really, really strong to see that. The graph is approaching, did kind of break the middle here. Good to see that. It is above on the 2 hour, we are about to see a bull cross on the 2 hour actually. And I would really like to see the graph get above 30 and really even that 32 level, because if you kind of see this is all right. So this right here is like a value area, right? From after its fall from grace when it was at 50 cents. And, the local high is actually at 31.7. We need to get 31.7 beat. But, really this low here kind of created this support resistance that we want to see broken. All right. So long story short, the graph gets above 32.1. It's on. It's on. And we know from earlier this year. Let me not look at the daily because there's too much stuff. Got a lot of old TA on this chart. All right. So, and we also know that this 32-cent level, this has been a big target level in the past. All right. And it's really good that it held this floor. It used the 2023 high as basically the local low. It did kind of scare us and wick below it, but it ultimately bounced up. And we also see kind of how the volume profile really does start to wake up here around 40 cents. Big alarm on the graph at 32.2. That's the alarm for the graph. All right. We get above 32.2. We're back where we would have left this value area and we'll re-enter this one. And now look at this chart when I'm done with it. And, it makes complete sense, right? It makes complete sense. At least I think it does. All right. So Algorand, one of the charts, one of the coins on my watch list, and a coin that was requested by the chat. All right. So first off, let's look at the 4 hour. This is good. This is good. The first thing I will say, what I like about Algorand is that I like that it has continued to put in higher lows. That's thing number one. That's what you want to see, because we've been in a bearish structure, for months now. We've been going down the hill for months, and it's good to see this thing finally put in higher lows. All right. So now we kind of got to look on the other side and say, what will it take for Algorand to put in a higher high? Well, first of all, it needs to get above this 20-cent level right here. It is on this 4 hour. It's still below the 50 EMA. Let's hope it breaks that and eventually breaks the 200 EMA. That's actually kind of like the ever ongoing battle on any chart. Okay, it does look really strong on the 4 hour. Got a negative 522 on dual band strength index. Got a green dot on market cipher B, and the point of control is actually at 19.3, where a lot of the volume is. Okay, and that is about a 6.5% increase from the price now. All right, so definitely some trade ideas here for Algorand. All right. Also, if you do look at the volume profile, see how it kind of slumps over and wakes back up around 22, 24. If this kind of range here that we didn't really spend much time in, it also is relevant because this is where the body of this candle was when Algorand kind of followed H bar on that kind of pump that happened and then it went away. So 22 cents, this level is a deal breaker for Algorand. Of course, it held that 16-cent level. So once it gets above 22, it can re-enter, because just like the last chart. So from 22 to 16, this is the value area. Breaking 22 puts us back in this conversation. If you see what I'm saying there. So, big alarm at 22 cents on Algorand. That alarm goes off, that's your cue. That's your cue. And of course, I'm going to be DCA. And this is right here. This stuff right here is why Jada and I opted to buy stable coins in our last portfolio video. And now we have that dry powder on the side to really double down and get a big buy-in going into this week. So make sure you still you're consistently DCAing. Shout out to my guy Sky Surfer in the chat. Just pay me an algo. Hey, love that song. We actually did it live at the influencer awards party. That was a really, really good time. The one and only time we did that song live. All right, so Aero, AERO. All right, so this one is one that I started to buy. I bought some of it like here ish. And then I bought more of it like here-ish. And I am down on it. I am down on it. But like I said in my portfolio video, I think this is one. It has strong narrative. Obviously, just the first glance at the 4-hour chart, textbook market cipher, anchor wave, trigger wave, bullish divergence. Also, big shout out to Crypto Face, Market Cipher, the flopping groper. I have a code for 15% off. It's Grogger, get rich or get wrecked. Grogger 15% off on Market Cipher. That is my code forever. 15% off Market Cipher. Also, Big Man Crypto Face sent me three codes for 1-year subscriptions for Market Cipher that I'm going to do for giveaways for you guys here coming very soon. I will let you know when we do the Market Cipher giveaway. Also, big shout out to Crypto Chips, the Get Rich or Get Wrecked merch brand, wearing the new shirt today. Definitely head over to cryptochips.io if you want to get this shirt. The link's right down there in the description. This is kind of the direction we're going with the merch line. I'm very proud of it. Big shout out to them. So, all right, let's get back to the charts. But I did want to take a second to give them a shout out. Also, thank you to Phemex. Thank you to BAZED. Excited for the fun gaming crypto stream on Sunday night with them as well. So, Aero 4-hour, zooming in, it did have a strong floor at 87. All right, glad to see that hold up. The money curve is starting to turn the other way out of the red. This level right here, this is a big alarm. This is a part of a conditional range that I gave the Telegram group. All right. Oh, let me get rid of the overlays while I'm doing that, because actually, no, I like this, and then I can bring them back. Okay, perfect. So this level is at $1. It's basically right at that alarm right now. It's actually 2,000ths below it. The alarm's like 104.8. Right now it's at 104.6, 104.5. So let's certainly set that alarm right there. All right. We break this, we can kind of start having this conversation, because this was kind of the drums of that value area. All right. So I think that in the event Aero can get above this level, we'll likely see a push to the next support resistance at $1.35, which is a 28.6% move at $1.34, which obviously is a very big support resistance level. All right. So I do think that in the event we break this $1.04 range, that 20-some% move up to $1.34, likely in the cards. Sean Cross, $10 super chat. Any chance of chart on D-Sync? All right. Let me really quick here. Let me look at it and make sure if it's like way far outside of the top. It depends on where it is. Here, why does it not show that? DY. Oh, excuse me, DY. Sorry about that. It doesn't even show him. If I go to coin market cap, Bitcoin just hit 65,000. Let's go. DSYNC. Okay, that coin is outside of the top 2,000. Sean, I'm not going to pull that on the channel. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If you're in the Telegram group, I would happily do TA for you on Telegram, but not on the show, because I can't do that. Nothing personal. Okay, so I did also not look at. I want to see what is actually moving right now. Yep, TAO. Yep, this is one I've been watching. TAO. Glad to see that go off. Floki went off. Arweave, SEI, near immutable, the graph. So we did cover the graph. We will cover render. Only a couple coins are down. A lot of things waking back up. This is what we want to see, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we want to see. I think Dog Whip very likely to get back to 316. It's at 305. When that thing moves, it always gets back to 316. TAO. That was actually one of my coins to watch. In my top, in the title of the video, that was on my list. TAO, here it is. And, this is why we got, this slightly lower high here. A lot of things double bottomed. This one did not, but we do have, kind of a good divergence leading there up. Certainly broke hard out of the downtrend, approaching the 200 EMA. Look at the gap in the volume profile. And this is what I was looking at when I looked at this coin this morning, that, about an 18% move to the spike of this low volume node, and that would even really make sense on this one, because if you kind of pull this apart here, you know, we got these touches here, this one here, the high of that, multiple touches in the bottom there. That level makes a lot of sense at 237, 236. Right now it's at 388. The volume, and you know, the volume, and actually below the volume profile, which is up here at 460. All right, that's a 12.5% move to 437, 436. I think that's very approachable, very gettable place for that chart. And obviously I am bullish on this project. All right, so PNG, someone wanted to see. I feel like I looked at this one a couple months ago, but I don't remember. All right, so let's look at the daily first really quick. Okay, oh yeah, I actually do remember this chart. So this thing, you know, kind of came up really hard. Since then, you know, this was basically the bottom despite the 1 wick below. And then, you know, this is kind of a straight range across like that. You know, nothing fancy there. It doesn't even really have curvature to it because, you know, these kind of levels wicked right there. It did kind of have this, and it would have broke out from that, but that isn't like a straight up flag or anything. So, you know, right now, what you want to consider with PNG is that it is in this. All right. You could even go from back here if you wanted to be a little fancy. All right. And certainly some big support resistance level at 0.609. So just about 61 cents would be the breakout of the trend from there. Could you long it from here to there? I don't know how much liquidity this thing has. I'm sure you could, but if you wanted the safe bet, I would trade the breakout of basically 61 cents. There you go, PNG. Cardano gang. I mean excuse me, not the Cardano gang. I meant the Cardano community. I'm very sorry, Charles. Don't hurt me. All right, so the Gann fan for Cardano, as we have pulled here, you know, we're down in the 1.3 range. All right, so we really need to get back above 45.9 to get back into this. You know, that's what we really want to see in terms of Gann theory. In terms of just normal trading TA, we want to see it put in a higher high. It has put, you know, developed a very strong floor here around 42 cents. That is no secret. But in the meantime, we want to see this 47.6. Let me actually, I thought that was a line, not the brush. You know, 47.7. We want to see it break out of this range. Right now, it's in a pretty straight up conditional range. And then the target, if it breaks out of there, would be the next level at 52.1. What I also like about Cardano is that in the event it breaks up through here, the volume profile doesn't really wake up to around 60 cents, which makes a lot of sense because look at the support resistance over here, that floor right there around 55 cents, and that one from further back at 57. All right. So long story short, Cardano, to get to the level it needs to break, it's a 6% move. If it breaks that level at 47 cents, if you long that break, it's a 9.7% move to the next top at 52.2. All right. We break that, we're in the low volume node. And at that point, oops, I mean to draw that. Okay. And at that point, actually, let me pull that one back. Okay, I'll just draw it again, damn it. All right, this one. All right, and at that point, we are kind of back in this conversation inside of this range in the Gann fan. So basically, once Cardano gets back into here, which is really the conversation, because if you see all these little circles I have drawn here, see all these circles? This is a very big support resistance level for Cardano. It's at 57 cents. All right, and as you can see with the volume profile and support resistance, it does kind of staircase us up the hill to getting back into the 1-1 range of the Gann fan, which would take us, you know, back to this 57 cent support resistance line. We do need to get that level broken. That would be, but the thing is that we're not going to wait to that level to go long because that level is 27% away. So really the conditional range for Cardano is the low here at 41. If in some reason apocalypse happens, we break and we go down, 41.8 is your short, and 47.7 is the, you know, the bigger move. Could you go long between now and the break of, you know, this local high here? Yeah. Well, the high of that range there. Yeah, you could, but the bigger move is going to happen when it finally breaks out of there. And that's why that would be my alarm. So the big alarms for Cardano are 47.5 and 57.1. Big shout out to the Cardano community. All right, Ondo. All right. A lot of times I do this show without my shoes on, but today I left them on though. Okay, I'm done. All right. So first thing, ascending broadening channel. We got this. All right. So there's a lot of chart graffiti in here, but I will make sense of it when I zoom in. And it does look at Market Cipher B. You got this big green dot right down there. That is good to see, everyone. That is good to see. All right. And now you see this support resistance level from back here coming across. That level is at 85.5. All right. 85.5. It actually did really spend a lot of time, kind of locked in that. Let me turn this off. Okay, off. All right. It did spend a lot of time kind of in this range. Okay. A lot of time. There's a couple outliers, but you get my point. A lot of time in that range. And I am really, really glad to see that it literally came down to the very bottom of this ascending broadening and popped from there. I did give this exact chart out on the Telegram group with this ascending broadening. Based off the bounce of that idea, you could have, got yourself a 12.5% trade. And this is kind of, a perfect example of with the Telegram group. When I give these charts and I give these positions, these alarms, there are people in the group that, get the position. I think, I think that yesterday I put out like 14 charts in the Telegram group. Yesterday I put out like 8 or 9. I've been putting a lot of work into the Telegram group. And what some of the really smart traders have done, they follow all the things I'm drawing. They set all the alarms and they're trading the breaks of those alarms. They're reacting to the market. They're not guessing, they're reacting. That's how real traders win. That's how real traders win. And they have gone back. They've gone back in time and gone over all the other charts I gave and kind of elongated those lines and realized all these levels he gave us last month are still in play. Because if we're up here, we come down, we come back up. Well, guess what? Those levels from before matter again. So in this situation here, I'm sure someone from the group caught the fact that there was ascending broadening, bounce off the bottom of the ascending broadening. This alarm here at 74.3 could have went off. That they would have said, okay, this alarm went off, but it's going to bounce off this trend line and go long from there. So, there is an extra bit of investigation that you have to put into some of these setups sometimes. But, when I give an alarm, when I give a pattern, support resistance, conditional trades, those levels are valid continuously. And the traders that have put that together have traded a lot better than the people that go day to day. All right. Kind of think long term. I've been putting so much effort into this group. If you want to join the Telegram group and take your trading to the next level, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. The group is growing every day. I have about 9 or 10 emails I have not had a chance to respond to yet. I'm going to get to them today. If you're one of those people, I apologize. It's growing every day. I'm extremely proud of it. And I'm extremely proud of all the people that have decided, you know what, I'm going to take this by the horns. I'm going to be open to taking advice, to learning how to do charts, to learning how to set alarms, learn how to react to the market. Most traders lose because they're guessing. I'm going to teach you how to rewire your relationship with money, because most people get in their own way and they won't even put themselves into positions to make real money. That's number one. And number two, I'm going to teach you how to react to the market and make more consistent trades over time. If you're a beginner, don't worry about it. If you're not a leverage trader, we can still help you optimize your portfolio to make sure you're in the right place at the right time. And most importantly, no one in this group is going to sell the bottom. It is mathematically impossible for me to let that happen. So if you want to join the group, send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Very proud of everyone there. All right, moving forward with Ondo, big alarm at 85.4. That's a massive, massive alarm. Render. Okay, so here we are with this damn chart. So as I said before, on the way down, this is actually a different chart than the one I normally give to the group. There it is. So the 1070 short was the safer place to go short. All right. And from that point, we did finally get this 8% move down. All right. So I do want a big shout out to the group for anyone who nailed that trade. Going back to this one, these are, levels that I've given recently. And, the break of 928 would have led to, a 20% move in 10 days. The break of 989 would have been a 12% move in 10 days. These things happen very fast with render. It's a very, very volatile chart. So this is the 2-hour chart we're looking at right now. And as you can see, as it's kind of coming down the hill here, bullish divergence playing out. All right. I do think that render's big problem right now is that it's at the top. All right. At that big alarm, 1157. 1157. All right. Once we get above that, because that's the local high, then we can kind of get back into the conversation of these levels, 1269, or even this one here, 1197. We can start having those conversations for conditional ranges. But for now, it needs to get back above. It does have bullish divergence, picking it up a little bit. It is about a 5% move to the top at 1157. You could either, take a riskier trade and long it to there. If you want to zoom in, talk about a scalp trade here. Talk about a scalp trade. Right now, I would actually go short. We got bearish divergence this way, and it does look like it's kind of cupping over. And the problem is that, this support resistance level here, if we kind of turn around, it could eventually break this level. I'm not saying it won't break this level, but it could kind of turn around there for the time being, because there is a lot of volume back down here. It's going to range. I mean, Bitcoin did just pop, so things are going to range. It's probably not just going to go straight up to the right. When does it ever do that? But certainly pay attention to all the levels that I've given you on this chart. We've made a lot of money on render over at the Telegram group. All right, so having the toughest time deciding on ICP or algo. I mean, New York Nick, I think you're looking at it wrong, bro. I think you're looking at it wrong. If you have $14,000 to $15,000 to $16,000 and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to put all this money into one project. No, diversification is the point. Diversification is the point. I cannot stand when I talk about Algorand and so everyone says, what about H-bar? Because they know I'm bullish on H-bar. But when I talk about H-bar, they say, what about Algorand? Or when I do a tweet about Hedera and they say, now do VeChain. And I'm like, can I not be bullish on 7, 10 projects? Because I'm bullish on way more than 10 projects. And it's because diversification is the point. The point is to be diversified. So Nick, if you are sitting on $16,000, shipping it into one coin is a rookie move, dude. Rookie move. So the answer is both. Both. All right. Or just do all meme coins. Just do all meme coins. Do you. Most importantly, do you. Not financial advice. But that's my take. That's my take. All right. So we talked about render. Gonna keep moving. SUI. We only got like 2 charts left. I will say I do have a handful of other charts saved up, but I am going to put those over on Telegram here in a little bit after I film. So as expected, I did say this on Telegram that SUI came down here to 87, 89. I remember when I drew that and I said it's very likely going to bounce off this level. I don't think it's going to lose this level. And here we go. 14% move bottom to top to get back to this 101.2 level. All right, right there. And that is, the level. We break this, we start having, because the point of control is actually above this on SUI. This is a really, really, really good time to buy SUI for a long-term hold, in my opinion, if you're bullish on that project. That high there, 20% to $1.15, 14% to the point of control, 50% back to 144, which is this level here. And if you really don't think SUI is ever going to get back to those levels, I don't know what to tell you, because I feel like it certainly will. This thing has had quite the journey. And when you kind of really zoom out and appreciate the level that it held, here, let me zoom in a little bit, get rid of some of this chart graffiti so you can see. If you appreciate where it came to, from here, this being on top and that it stopped right here, we can kind of say, oh, okay, this here is, a value area. All right. And right now it's actually, when we zoom in, it is below this value area. Okay. And it's kind of in its own little thing between 87 and 101. So the break of 101 represents the range possibility back to 145. And like I said, from there to there is a 44.5% move. That is very likely over time. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but I think that this is a great place to buy SUI. unless if it breaks 87, if it loses this level, we're fucked. Excuse my French. Don't lose that level. That would be like, I would have a parachute sell order right under that, like right here. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to hold this below that level, because then because this range opens back up to here, which is 36 cents. So we want to stay out of this range and back into this one. All right. So big alarm on Sweet at 1012. Big alarm. All right. Let's look at corn. Let's look at Copi. Before I look at Copi, where is this damn coin? Where is this damn coin? Because I said no to desync because it's outside the top 2,000. Copi 636, dude. You are killing me. You are killing me. All right. I feel like this project's been around for a while, which is why I'm going to show it. I don't know what the other one was. I have heard of this one before, and it is very far from relevancy. But someone in the chat wants to see it. It barely pops up when you type the chart in. Oh man. Okay, so this thing, big giant fall from grace. It looks like it launched. All right, here's the day we launched. And the same day we pulled the rug on the pre-sale investors. All right. They took a 48% dent. And then we had a 70% pump, 86% pump if you count the wick. All right, we got there. So then from the high, we lost another 57%. This is all since the start of the year, by the way. This is all since the December 21st of 2023. Merry Christmas to the pre-sale investors. That's all I'll say. All right. And so now this thing's in no man's land because there's basically no price action behind it to even wake it up. I mean, even these levels aren't even here. All right. So we kind of have that level to target at 5.8. It did pop up from the very bottom. It's got 11% move to there. The point of control is at 6.6. Drew that wrong. 1 sec. But so 26% move. But to be honest with you, you wouldn't catch me holding this chart at all, because I mean, it's still on the 2 hour. This is like a perfect example of the EMA. You see how the price stays below the 50 EMA like perfectly. Bearish continuation, bearish continuation, bearish continuation, and it, although it just popped above it, until this thing actually like starts a new structure and can trade above the 200 the way it traded below here. You know, it needs to go the other way with the EMAs. Until that happens, I wouldn't touch this chart with a stick. All right. One person wanted to see near, and guess what? I want to see near too. So let's do that. All right. Let's look at the daily. All right. Let me find a fresh near chart that I haven't tainted. All right. So rounded bottoms pay the bills. Rounded bottoms pay the bills. Very smart man told me that once before. So 2023, in the beginning of 2024, this was kind of like the dead place for near. It has woken up pretty heavily since then. Since the bottom in October, had a 700% pump in 150 days. At that point, it put in its local high at just about $9.02 to be exact. Since then, it retraced back to the 4s. I bought some at 6, but we also want to consider, what levels from the past matter now. I mean, to be fair, the price is right at this level where it wicked from back here. So the price does need to stay above. You see this right here. The price does need to stay above that from that wick. All right. We'd like to see, in the conversation of it breaking its local high, it does have volume above. I don't completely have the tokenomics scenario memorized. I don't know how much the supply has grown from, its all-time high of around $20 and some, what is it exactly? $20.80, 81 cents. I don't know how much the supply has grown from here to here. I will be straight up about that. This is certainly one I want to do a price prediction on in the future. I know it has a lot of momentum right now. What kills me about near? This is what kills me about near. Where's the community? We got the H-bar variants, the Algo fam. We got the Link Marines, the Cardano community, not the Ada gang. But where's the near community? Well, what's their name? Where are they at? Where you see my point? Like, I see it like even like Solana, like super like community-based project, right? But like, I don't see the near community. Where are they? What is their names? I've never once seen them on Twitter. Do I see an occasional near chart here and there? Yeah, but it never gets any movement. It doesn't have any. I don't know the name of their CMO. You know what I mean? Like I fear the near, man. The Buccaneers. That's a great name, Lee. You should run with that. The Buccaneers. That is a bar. You should be the Lee. You are the leader of the Buccaneers. We got Tom Brady in the motherfucking chat right now. Shout out to the Buccaneers, bro. I'm dead right now, bro. Yo. Shout out to Lee, bro. Shout out to Lee. Lee just earned himself a wrench. Lee is the newest mod on this channel. Add as a moderator. Yo, welcome to Lee. Welcome to the Grogger Nation. Lee is a new moderator. The Buccaneers got him a wrench. Shout out to my guy, Lee F. Congratulations, bro. You are the newest moderator. All right. So near got to get above 903. 903. How far away is that? 20%. All right. So obviously we're looking at the daily. We got to zoom in here a little bit. And look, this thing has just been getting rejected. So it has come up here before, but we do kind of want to tread carefully, as you know, this level has been a problem. All right. So, and that is basically where we are right now. This is tough. This is a tough spot. Man, yeah, I would monitor this. I don't feel confident to jump into a near trade right now. Short term, I'm kind of looking at a short, to be honest with you. This moment anyway. It could be temporary. You know, could like do one of those, you know. All right, JC. All right. You earned it. He's been here for a long time. You earned it, JC. JC also a moderator at AJ Writes Crypto. He has earned it. He has stressed. He's been wanting to be a mod, and I did. JC, it's been nothing personal. Lee just cracked me up, and I've seen him around, so I threw him a wrench, and I don't want to hurt your feelings. So welcome, bro. Welcome. You got that wrench. You deserve it. You've been here for a minute. I do appreciate you. Shout out to JC. Go give him some love, everybody. JC and Lee F. Both drop your Twitter handles. Everybody go give him a follow. We all need to follow each other for sure. For sure. All right. So that's near. We looked at near. I'm kind of on the sidelines with that one right now. It's a little scary. You kind of missed the long already. It's kind of stuck at the top there. Not sure what to do. All right, guys. I'm going to peace out. This show has already gone over. You guys don't have a Twitter. I love it. Well, dude, Lee, you need a Twitter, brother. Twitter is where it is here on crypto, is where we get all our informations on Twitter. So amazing. So guys, make sure, please smash if you have not already. Would really, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Big shout out to all my sponsors. Big shout out to Market Cypher. Code Grogger15 if you want to get a 15% discount. Shout out to BAZED. We'll be doing my stream on Sunday, playing some games and still talking crypto. Cannot wait, guys, for BAZED to bring back poker. I want you guys to hear me out. We are going to do poker tournaments in the AJ Writes Crypto Grogger community that are free to enter, but if you do good, you'll win stuff for real. So head over to BAZED and sign up now. So once we get the ball rolling with the poker tournaments, that you can sign up. I mean, we're going to put real money up for grabs, and it's going to be free to sign up. All right. So head over to BAZED, sign up now. They got it all. Absolutely love that platform. Shout out to Phemex. Shout out to CryptoChips.io. If you want to get this shirt that I'm wearing right here, I'll actually pull the link for you guys. Man, I'm so proud of how far Get Rich or Get Wrecked has come. We have really, really worked hard to do something that no one else is doing in crypto. Like this merch, like the way this material feels, the kind of like the white black split with the Grogger on the back, like no one's making merch like this in crypto. And we want to continue doing it, but obviously like we need the support of the audience. Here's CryptoChips.io. There it is right here, CryptoChips.io. Here's the shirt. It's $40 because it's this amazing, crazy soft material that is not your normal t-shirt, but copy and paste. There is the link to the shirt I am wearing right now if you want to get over on that. under the gun with crypto bullets, I would love to play you heads up. I would love to bury you. I will check raise the devil, bro. I will check raise the devil. So my guy in the hijack talking it up in the chat. I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. Yeah, guys, definitely go buy this shirt. It's amazing. I love it. I'm bullish on it. Maybe I'll go. I still have to figure out the giveaways. And the thing with the BAZED giveaway, guys, is that I have to hit a certain number. You know, I have a $1,000 giveaway that was live on Twitter. And the requirements to get involved in the giveaway was to like and retweet the tweet, to follow BAZED on Twitter, and to sign up for BAZED. The thing is that I need a certain number of signups to be able to trigger the giveaway. That, you know, put $1,000 on the line for the giveaway. And we did not we had 140 some retweets, but not as many. So not everyone did the full checklist. They thought maybe just the retweet would get them in. It did not. So I do want to give away that $1,000, but we need to hit, you know, the quota. And guys, if you want to get involved with the poker tournaments that we're going to be doing here pretty soon, and I want to really get into that with you guys, I would love to do that. Go sign up for BAZED. I'd really appreciate it. Pizza party. I would love to do a pizza party. Big shout out to JC and Lee F, the two newest mods at Grogger Nation. You guys are amazing. Karen Harris, I do appreciate you. WSOP this year, ? Dude, that's funny you say that. I've been thinking about it. Obviously, this has been my best year in my life. I already in May have done 4x any year I've ever done before. This has been the best year of my life. I think that there is a chance I will play the main event this year. If it kind of gets in the way of my schedule, I mean, I have a very busy travel schedule. Going to Consensus. I'm going to Maryland to hang out with my fam. Then I'm going to Consensus basically the next day in Texas. Then we're going to Barcelona for Decipher with Algorand. Big shout out to them. We're going straight from Barcelona to Las Vegas, to UFC 303, to watch Fulkin Corner. We'll be doing a handful of VeChain giveaways between now and the fight as well. And then from there, we have Bitcoin Nashville, and then we have Rare Evo in August. And then there might be more things, but that's like that's like the summertime plan. So, you know, it is kind of nonstop. I do need to figure out when the main event is, how to work out the logistics, but I really would like to play the main event. I am pretty sure that I could take it pretty far. I played a lot of poker in my day, which is why this BAZED deal makes so much sense to me, you know, as a gambler. Obviously, gamble responsibly, guys. This isn't, you know, don't throw your life away. Have fun with it. Like, I don't take it seriously to the point like anything's going to, you know, I play with a couple $100. It's not like I'm, you know, I'm saying have fun. That's the most important thing. Don't go crazy. So much love to you all. You guys rock. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Congratulations to JC and Lee F. Much love to you guys. Have a safe rest of your day. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Talk later.